Hi guys, it's me, Susan. Welcome to Cruising with Susan. We're in mid-April 2021, and by request, my topic today is how to train your dragon. And this is a subject that's very close to my heart because I feel like I've recently trained my dragon or dragons. I have a few. Not that it's completely all done, and they're not perfect, but I look forward to sharing some of what I've learned with y'all. Okay, so step one of how to train your dragon is first, identify your dragon. They have a lot in common. There's similarities between people's different dragons, but it's important for you to recognize yours so you can work with it better. It's amazing how much of this stuff I'm learning from the horses as well. So identify your dragon. For me, I might describe it as shame or even perfectionism. The feeling of a feeling of self-criticism. For some people it could be anger, although anger is often a response to another feeling like sadness or pain. But if you're expressing your anger outwardly and you're having problems as a result of that, that would qualify as a dragon. For some people, their dragon is let's say depression, a kind of a passivity or negativity that defeats them when they're trying to accomplish something. What would be some other dragons? Self-consciousness. See, I was even thinking somebody might say, well, my dragon is laziness. I want to conquer my laziness or train my laziness. And I would say your dragon is your shame that you're using to judge you as lazy rather than seeing it as something else that's holding you back, because calling it lazy is a very judgmental term. So maybe your dragon is how judgmental you are about yourself. But anyway, so let's say you've identified your dragon. The next step is get to know your dragon. Which means don't immediately think, okay, my anger, my reactivity and anger is my dragon, so now I have to start changing that or fixing that. Really get to know how your dragon operates. Notice when it's happening, when you're feeling anxious, when you're feeling irritated, what things bother you, what things don't bother you. There's all kinds of ways that you can become more familiar with this feeling that you don't like or that tends to sabotage you, let's say. Let's say you've identified your dragon as insecurity. Okay? You can't just decide to not be insecure. There's so much more that you need to understand about it or learn about it. And the only way you can do that is by observing the feeling without judging it or without telling yourself you shouldn't have it. You know, it's like you can't fix what you don't acknowledge, but don't immediately try to make it go away before you even understand what kinds of things trigger me to feel shame, to feel insecure, to feel isolated or worthless or angry, or whatever your dragon is. It's like make it into a project that you study. I tell some people you could even keep a little log that you make a note. Make a note on your phone when you notice yourself feeling this way. Presumably, your dragon isn't with you 24/7, but notice the times that, oh, there I go again. I'm feeling really irritable. I'm feeling really judgmental. I'm feeling really depressed, whatever it is. Okay, so you've identified your dragon, you've gotten to know your dragon a little better. The third step is be kind to your dragon. One of the most important lessons I'm learning from working with my horses is I don't, and a lot of people will disagree with me, and that's fine. You deal with your own dragons your own way, but mine is I don't want to dominate my dragon. I don't want to. I mean, I might wish it would go away, but it isn't. It hasn't for decades. So I must be doing something wrong. Okay? It wasn't until I finally became more loving and accepting of myself and warts and all that I was able to actually gain a little traction on handling when I felt the feelings that I was particularly struggling with, which were feelings of shame or inadequacy. That instead of feeling even more ashamed when I noticed that I was feeling ashamed, which is really, that's piling on. That's not fair. How are you going to fix something if you feel ashamed to even notice that you have it? Okay? So it's more like trying to be tolerant and understanding of yourself. Maybe even seeing the ways your dragon is trying to protect you that, yeah, it's not working, but maybe you have to appreciate the fact that it's trying and maybe gently suggest, maybe we can do this another way. Maybe I don't have to isolate myself and withdraw from people because I'm so afraid they're not going to like me. Maybe I can take some risks, but thank you. And your dragon will retrain itself to help and support you. The same self-awareness and self-observation that has been criticizing you or working against you, it's still that's still a skill that you have. You're just going to be using it for good instead of evil, and instead of criticizing or condemning or reacting or being defensive or whatever things you do that you can see but you haven't been really able to change. As long as you're hating a part of yourself, you're screwed. You're not going to be able to be free of whatever that problem is. You have to kind of love it and appreciate it and then say, let's work together to find another way to feel at these moments instead of this same old way. For me, it was a kind of a willingness to have compassion for myself when I was feeling like a piece of crap, okay, instead of just feeling even worse because I was feeling like a piece of crap. It's like I'm a piece of crap because I feel like a piece of crap, okay? That just kind of digs you in deeper into the hole. But to say, hey, it's okay, and you might have been wrong about that, but think about the things that you're actually you're good at, or let yourself be human. Nobody else is really perfect either. Perfectionism, that's one of the dragons you may have. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but anyway, not only are you not perfect, but neither is anybody else, and you don't have to be better than them, because that's the curse of perfectionism. You have to be better than everybody else, which is not possible, but you're not worse than everybody else either. So there's all kinds of ways to work with your dragon in a loving manner that will end up gaining its support instead of having a battle with a part of yourself that you can't really win, because when you're fighting your own self, you're you're in a weakened state. So pulling yourself together to when you see your dragon starting to do its thing on you, where you say, hey, come here, let's talk about this, let's find another way. Maybe we can protect ourselves without having to crawl down into that hole like we always do. Maybe we can just sort of love and accept how we are, instead of, I don't know what, instead of thinking if we just beat ourselves up enough, we will finally feel worthy because we've paid a price or whatever the hell the deal is. I don't know. The deal never seemed to work out very well. But anyhow, that's how I would suggest you approach it. Identify your dragon, get to know your dragon, and work with your dragon in a kind manner. And you will find all kinds of things it's possible to accomplish, you and your dragon. Okay? So try that on and let me know how it goes. And I'll see you next time on Cruising with Susan. And as always, remember to live well, laugh often, and love much. Bye now.